All right, I'm just going to do a quick 2-minute video on how to do an injector, quick injector service. So, pretty straightforward. So you got to get the kit first. There's the kit there. There's the little filters, O-rings, little things there. They may not need to be changed, but just make sure you inspect yours at the end to see if there's any degradation or anything like that. But mine were actually pretty good. So these little end caps are a bit of a nuisance to get off, and you've got to heat them with a heat gun to get them back on. So for the simplicity, considering mine are good, I'm not going to bother, but that's the process. And there are videos online with a lot more detail. So the simplest thing to do, get yourself a half decent screw. So there's a screwdriver bit. There's a sample of the size of the screw. So it is a little bit fatter than you think, purely because you've got to get that, get that little filter out of there. So they are jammed in there pretty good. So all you do is just do that, screw it in with a screwdriver, which I'll do. So just keep it going in. Make sure you keep it straight as you put it in. 3 or 4 quality turns. Go to your shelving rack here. Go to your rack, because these fit in there absolutely beautifully. And then you give it a bit of a yank. Make sure the rack doesn't fall over. There you go. They are in there tight, don't get me wrong. They are in there tight, and there you go. The racks are absolutely perfect for it. Couldn't get a better tool for the job. So very, very simple. Do that. Now there's a little rig. This is just a power supply. There's nothing special with it. You can use a battery here, battery in place of it. So you'll need to get your little mini size terminals. So just chuck them onto the fuel injector supply, which I'll do now. So yeah, like I said, you can use a battery for that. It's no big deal. So there you go. That's what it looks like. They're just very simple. And then you just have a, you can chuck a bit of heat shrink over top of one of them. I actually did, but it just fell off. But anyway, just give me a sec. There you go. So it doesn't need to be tight heat shrink, just so it can run over the top. So if you can't find these terminals, they are at JCar. So very simple. Chuck your heat shrink over the top. I'll try and set my camera up so you can see. So get some old windscreen wiper stuff like that. Not windscreen, vacuum hose. Vacuum hose like that. Chuck her in the hole. It fits absolutely perfectly. Perfect fit. Get your throttle body cleaner or throttle body carby cleaner stuff. Turn the power supply on or connect up your battery, whatever it may be. You'll feel the injector do a little click. And make sure you don't spray yourself in the face, of course. And look at that. Give it a good squirt, and there's your service all done. Turn the power off. Disconnector. And it's a matter of just putting your new filter back in. So you got to make sure with these you don't damage that surface around the edge, around there. So generally you don't use steel, so try and use something soft, a little bit pliable, so you don't damage that edge, and make sure it goes straight back in. It's got to go straight back in on top until it's flush. So there you go, and then just change the O-rings. So where one goes, you just replace it, and the little seal there as well. You just cut that off and put the new one on. You got to sort of lever it on. So they are quite tight, actually. I don't know, actually, maybe you can't get them back on unless you take that end off. You're right. So you may, if you are servicing that end, you will have to take that end off to get them on. Okay, there you go. Thank you.